you can get it through in 5 strides between the last 2 if you jumped them, if you measured them well.
So actually, it's a good idea to have had a good night out.
Oh yeah.
It's like buying a horse. You don't buy it to win the Grand National, you buy it to win the Cheltenham Gold Cup, don't you? So.
Although if I got a Grand National,
yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah, no, you would.
What we haven't done is rate the 5 Pop World franchises around the country.
Ooh, there you go. Now that
Cheltenham,
is one.
Liverpool.
Hello and welcome along to Inside Track, the debate brought to you by William Hill. My name is Kate Tracy, and on this week's show, we're going to be ranking our top 5 favourite festivals, excluding Cheltenham. Cheltenham very much its own beast, and we'll have plenty more Cheltenham content on the way in future episodes. So lads, we have plenty of anecdotes expected on this week's show because the top 5 festivals, excluding Cheltenham, I'd like you to rank Punchestown, Aintree, Galway, the Dublin Racing Festival at Leopardstown, and Kempton. So again, you've got your whiteboards, pens at the ready, so get writing your list, please. Now, whilst the guys are finalising their lists, a reminder to like and subscribe to William Hill Racing's YouTube channel and also hit the bell notification so you never miss an episode because, of course, we have so much content to bring you on Inside Track, the debate. Right, lads, you've got your list compiled now, so we will reveal our top 5 favourite festivals in 3, 2, 1. Oh, general consensus. Yeah. We're actually in a group, Barry. Do you mind if I just see yours? Oh, perfect. So we've all got Aintree at the top then. So
Galway's getting a bum deal.
I know. I do feel sorry for Galway. So do you want to start with Galway then, actually, Nick?
Well, but here's the thing. I've never been, so I kind of had to put it as almost as a non-runner.
Oh, that's an NR.
So I've never worked at Galway. I've never been to the festival because it's always clashes with Goodwood. Everyone talks it up so much, yet you guys are 5th, 4th and 5th.
I suppose it depends what is it? Are we talking about socially? Are we talking about socially, quality of racing? Might be up there.
It's it's up there in the tight finish. 7 days of social.
Right up there.
It's an animal.
Could you stay the 7 though?
I did. It's something for your 20s. Oh yeah.
But riding wise rather than for social, I'm guessing.
Both.
Oh, both. Oh, yeah, it was a blend.
Yeah. So it was more acceptable back then.
And as well, and there was evening meetings as well some of the time, so you could actually go out in the evening time. So,
but you do have to be made of stern stuff to see out that kind of a trip.
I think for
quality.
I think for quality, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 very good races, and there's like the Galway Plate and the Galway Hurl. The Galway Hurl is actually the richest handicap hurl in Europe.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like you say, and the thing that I do love about Galway, like I'm the same as you, Nick. I've never been to Galway. I've never been to the festival ever. I don't know if I'm quite able for it. But the best thing about Galway for me, though, from the racing perspective, is the fact that you get the same horses running multiple times during the week, and you always get very much idiosyncratic stories that you will not see at any other time of the year in racing.
Yeah, there was a horse, he won 3 times there a couple of years ago. Matty Smith's Post.
Yeah.
Post.
I think, he did, he won.
And you could be running a hurdle, a chase, and then a flat race. You could run anything, or all of them.
Yeah, and you never see that at anything else, really, do you?
No, and it's a unique track as well. The last 2 fences are nearly 3 furlongs from home, but they're about 70 yards apart. You can get it through in 5 strides between the last 2 if you jumped them, if you measured them well.
So actually, it's a good idea to have had a good night out.
Oh yeah.
Actually, emphasizes the experience completely. Look, there's another fence.
It's a fast track.
Only the hill then. You have to push them up the hill, like by the time you get to the post. Yeah.
Really?
So it's a big climb, yeah.
Right. So riding wise, is it like nothing else? Galway.
It's different. It's very sharp.
Galway is a fast track.
Oh yeah, 20 runners.
Fast track.
Yeah. And did you enjoy riding at Galway then?
I broke my wrist off Sporting Limerick at the second last hurdle, so I didn't enjoy that day, and I missed the Galway Plate winner. But I actually won a Galway hurdle on a horse of Aidan O'Brien's called Toastus Breeze, who won the Lincoln. Right. So I'll tell you, he was a miler.
So very much across discipline. So he had the speed.
And it was because it was such a fast track, but I'll tell you, the Galway hurl is a not see much of a track, and he was a miler, and he went around the inside, but he had the pace to go around there. But if you didn't,
but you just have to trust him though, because you won't see a hurdle.
No. You do this in Palace.
In terms of the fastest 2 mile races, it's probably, it's up there with the county hurdle or whatever.
It's one of them, Overturn won it.
Yeah.
Graham Lee won it on him. Made all.
Yeah.
And he was cantering at all stages. Yeah. So it's also a reflection of the quality. Yeah. Like they're summer handicappers.
Yeah.
Now they're
you just feel like you're going too fast.
Zarek the Brave won it, and he had won the champion 4-year-old Punchestown. So and he was a classy winner.
Yeah.
So if you are a graded horse, you can stand out. But it's a good experience.
Relative, really, experience in every sort of sense then for jockeys
and proper prizes.
Proper prizes, and the prizes you want to win. Like, if you reflect on a career, I waited till 2016 or 17 to win a Galway Hurl. I was second in about 4 or 5 times. I got off Miss United, Rebel Fitz. I was never going to win it, and eventually won it. Like, and it meant a lot. Like, it's a bit like an Irish Grand National or any of the big handicaps. It's one you want to win.
So I feel like we've managed to talk our way back around.
It deserves to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
It deserves to be at the bottom.
Not on Barry's list.
Well, Barry's actually not got.
Well,
not got away at the bottom.
Is Kempton really a festival?
Kempton doesn't qualify as a festival for me. Like, the 26th is a brilliant day's racing. 27th, not so much. You have the Desert Orca, which is downgraded to a handicap now. The Wayward Lad as well as that day too. Good races, but it's not.
Should Fairy House be on this list?
Probably a little bit similar though. Easter Monday standalone. Now you have the Ryanair Gold Cup, a bit like Kempton.
But I suppose the race on the Sunday's a good race, to be fair.
The race on Sunday's a good race, but that's it.
Yeah.
Should Limerick be on here?
We'll look at upgrading that in the future, maybe.
Oh, really? That's okay then. But Kempton, it is though, isn't it? Like you say, it's not really seen as a festival as such. You don't really make like a pilgrimage over to...
I mean, the Leopardstown Christmas Festival, in terms of quality, could be on here.
4 days.
Of couple of grade ones every day and of note as well. So
do you think it's kind of where its standing is somewhat sanitised because we do have Kempton, so we're not as focused in on Leopardstown?
Well, once Kempton's over on Boxing Day, that's it. Like you don't think you go to Leopardstown for 3 days after that.
But you have the Welsh National as well coming.
Yeah.
So it's
at that time of year, it's so busy.
In Ireland, 4 days in Leopardstown, that's religion, if you like. Whereas here, you have 2 days in Kempton. You have a break, and then you're going on for the Welsh National. You would have 27th. Sorry,
people. And you would have people, Barry, going to Leopardstown that are not fanatical racing fans, don't you? It's their yearly.
It's their Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas at Leopardstown, we go to Leopardstown.
So where would you have that then on the list here? Or would you just be replacing?
I'd probably... I don't know whether
dropping one off the bottom and sticking
Kempton,
it there.
as Barry said, is it's hard to say that it's a festival.
I mean, at least it's one of those that Barry, you just said there that it has evolved because it has downgraded the Grade 2 Desert Orchid to a handicap now. So at least it's an example of one of those meetings that is willing to evolve and to change.
Is that because it wasn't getting the quality it needed to keep it where it was? So it becomes a handicap, which is a lower grade than what it was in its previous life.
Well, it's still a Grade 2, isn't it?
Yeah, still Grade 2, but a handicap. They're limited handicap now, which then ironically was won by the same horse again this year, wasn't it?
The Leopardstown Dublin Racing Festival, there's some quality there for 2 days.
It's been a very
big climber.
It's
very big climber.
Yeah,
I was gonna, and a climber on your list as well. Then you've got him as Dublin Racing Festival.
It's been a very big invention.
This is going to surprise a few people, but
the fact that it's wrong?
No, that won't surprise me. But that's a feel thing as much as anything else. Because actually, at both of these events now, at Punchestown and at the Dublin Racing Festival, it's a Willie Mullins fest. And he's sweeping in half the races, and people go, "Oh yeah," and another one. But actually, I think for atmosphere, the Dublin Racing Festival is now outdoing Punchestown.
Really, atmosphere? Yeah. I've never experienced it firsthand.
For kind of real raw.
If you're trying to squash all that into 2 days, that's the lot.
And
in terms of
if
that,
if you shrunk Punchestown down to 2 or 3 days, you would get that. So Punchestown is possibly a little bit diluted.
It's
over
dragged
5
out a
days.
little bit.
Yeah,
has got about 800 bumpers.
Jewels and hunter chases and banks races.
Every kind of a
special place.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, absolutely, and it's end of season. There's that end of season vibe, which is good too.
All of the narratives coming to a head then at the end of the season.
Yeah, whereas everything is working towards Cheltenham and the Dublin Racing Festival is, in ways looked at as that every race is a trial for Cheltenham. Yeah. Maybe the King George is a trial for Cheltenham. Like it's all a bit crazy in that regard.
And you probably see that a lot of the end of season champions, if you like, do you get?
Can they back up their Cheltenham win? And you can get someone who ducked Aintree and they go there fresh, where some horses try to do all 3, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, but I'm pleased with the DRF though, the fact that a few years ago, obviously it's only a new concept anyway nowadays, but a few years ago it was discussed that not many of the DRF horses would actually go to Cheltenham and win. But last year, of course, that sort of changed the narrative itself, where we did have horses that could back up from the DRF and go to Cheltenham and go and win there, because that for a little bit of time was a bit of a question mark whether or not you actually wanted to win at the DRF, Nick.
How much more time do you need between runs? If you
can't,
it's what's
changed. If you look at even I said it the last time about Desert Orca, but even Cato Star, like how many times he ran in a season. You know what I mean?
But he was a bit like Moscow Flyer as well. They were the horses you could just pull them out week on week. Some horses don't take it as well. Like Bob's won the Lexus. He wasn't seen to the Gold Cup. The Lexus.
They put a lot into it, like.
So yeah, one of those horses that put it all in. Sprinter Sacre would be a bit the same. But the trouble is, if you miss a week in the middle, you're on the back foot. An English horse going to the Dublin Racing Festival, to me, a horse travelling to another country, it's a run and a half.
There just aren't enough horses. There aren't enough horses above 145 in training
in England.
No, there isn't. If you ran every single one,
what you're saying is, Nick,
you still have hardly ever.
What you're saying is, Nick, they can't win in England. Why would you bring them down?
Why would you then travel them over?
Well, a little bit. I think there are a few. I mean, there are a few. One obvious one you quite like to see running in the Dublin Racing Festival.
Other than Constitutional.
We don't need to go around that one again.
Other than Constitutional, I mean, what else is there? Jump.
You would though. You would send if you were planning for a Constitution Hill. Would you send?
It's hard to criticise someone like Nicky Henderson, but
yeah.
You know,
but he should be able to.
He has it pretty easy, doesn't he? I mean, what's horse going to beat him? You know, it's what is that what Cheltenham has become? Has it become? Oh, we just want to win at Cheltenham. Do you know what I mean? Which is.
Well, we know that Nicky Henderson is very much Cheltenham Festival focused anyway, Barry. You'd know firsthand.
Yeah, but because his owners are too, like it's what they want.
They want to win the
but we all are as well. It's you know, we're working towards it too as jockeys. You know, it's JP had said it to me, had asked me about you know how many winners you had in Aintree. No, I can't tell you, but I can tell you many, and you can name every winner in Cheltenham.
It's like buying a horse. You don't buy it to win the Grand National. You buy it to win the Cheltenham Gold Cup, don't you? So.
Although if I got a Grand National,
I'd take that.
No, you would.
I'd take it, and of course that's probably why.
But very few owners go to sales and say, "I want to buy one to win the Grand National." But
no,
I know.
Buy a Gold Cup horse.
Because
it is the best.
The day before, but
it is the best.
Yeah, but we've all got Aintree though at the head. So general consensus again there. We're all pretty much in agreement that behind Cheltenham, Aintree is the next best that you want to be achieving at.
Grand National. You know, even the Topham.
I know there's,
but the rest is with it. Yeah, but they're quality.
Hurdle and there's
lots of quality. But the national course, although it's not what it was,
still wow.
It's still wow.
Yeah,
it's still the buzz of just getting around it.
Yeah.
It's magic. You know, it's you've had good success there. You know,
I love the Aintree. Yeah, it's a great place to ride. Great, and the people are class.
Yeah,
as in Liverpool.
Yeah,
Liverpudlians.
And it's a lot of fun.
They love us. Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Socially,
got everything.
Yeah,
it's just the less intense Cheltenham, isn't it? Then, like say, you've got the social aspect. The weather's starting to brighten up. Pop World on a Friday night is absolutely rocking. You get the weirdest bunch of people in there.
What we haven't done is rate the 5 Pop World franchises around the country.
Ooh, there you go. Now that
Cheltenham,
is one.
Liverpool.
No, I've had
York.
Liverpool's number one clear. Cheltenham in
have Liverpool
probably.
clear,
yeah,
would you?
Pop World for Liverpool, definitely clear. Yeah,
Cheltenham a bit small.
It is a little bit small. So, and of course, you've only got the other clubs just up the road from there. So people tend to spread it out. But we're not going to totally factor that in though for the social aspect for these. But it is important. I know we're joking. Like you say, I know that Nick and I are joking there about the different hangouts things. But of course,
You might be joking, Kate. I'm not joking.
be in there till the break of dawn. But the social aspect, of course, I mean, the pair of you two, you've just spoken about Galway from the social perspective and the riding, but we're an entertainment industry and the social aspect of all of these festivals is so crucial to it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who hasn't had a great night out in Sunbury-on-Thames?
Said nobody ever.
Maybe that's why we were being a bit disparaging then about Kempton in this list, because none of us have properly experienced that night out about it. But Punchestown, though, similar again, where it's the end of a season, you have all of your narratives coming to a head there, but you still get the top quality horses. But so you've got Punchestown as second AP.
If you're being critical, it's a bit long. It is. You know, it's a bit long.
Yeah.
It has lost a little bit the dilution of it. You can see why it's a business model, you can see why and all that, but in terms of and to go there for, like, if you're going to, even as a socialist, to go to Galway, are you going to go for like 6 days or 7 days? So that there's
a turnover there. A different crowd come in on Thursday.
Yeah, there's
the weekend,
younger crowd and party crowd and different. And Punchestown is a little.
He'll be getting home by. Nah, Nick. See, you'd be in a different.
I've never tried.
You'd be in a different place now.
I've never tried the full Monty.
Oh, you'd love it.
But in terms of our list, though, for the festivals that we've covered without Cheltenham, Aintree, pretty comprehensive there that we've all agreed is the next best festival.
I think if you were bringing someone to any of them, you'd probably say go to Aintree, wouldn't you?
That's it. Like you say, if you were bringing an outsider,
trainer, jockey, you'd say go to Aintree.
Oh yeah.
Track-wise.
Get a badge and walk the track if you can.
Yeah.
Track-wise to ride it, then Aintree
It's got a special.
It's got
feel. It's just like theatre. Do you know what I mean?
It is. There's a buzz. There's everything. There's a great energy there.
Yeah. And the track itself is as good as you could ride.
It is like it's the mile make horse. You know, it's a different. It's a flat track, but it takes a lot of getting. It's a different horse. You know, there's a different challenge than Cheltenham. So it gives a horse who gets beaten at Cheltenham the opportunity to turn around as well. But then the Grand National course, the Topham, 2 mile 6 blitz around there. There's no better buzz than speed. Like the Grand National is a slower version. If you're an adrenaline junkie, there is adrenaline in the Grand National, but maybe not to the same. The Topham galloping down to the chair, third fence, and the fence gets narrower, so the crowd gets tighter. It's in front of the stands, the cheer.
Very much so. And is it true what people say about the Grand National, where the first circuit you are just in survival mode basically, and then you can start riding a race after the first circuit?
Yeah, there probably was a time. I said my first ride in the Grand National, I rode Chatham in 1995. Martin Pipe had 7 or 8 runners. I was just about to become champion conditional. I asked Richard Dunwoody about him. He goes, "Yeah, you won't get round, but you may as well ride him." and it was for Martin Pipe. I hadn't ridden in the Grand National. It was the biggest thing in the world ever to ride, and I was riding for Martin Pipe. My first ride in the Grand National, Martin Pipe. He got to the 8th fence or 9th fence, and he didn't get round, but I still loved it. It was just like the best thing ever.
Yeah. So even though you rode it however many times over those fences, it still gave you a buzz every time.
Yeah. The best thrill so it was to ride in the Grand National.
It's just unique.
It's just different, yeah.
Yeah.
And look, and I said about the Cheltenham Gold Cup, about if you're an owner or a trainer, you buy a horse. But you walk down the street and people say to you, "Oh, the Grand National," you know.
Or travel the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Grand National? If you go to say, "Oh, I used to be a jockey," and if you're actually trying to explain to someone about jump racing or about something like that, you don't really even mention Cheltenham. You "Oh, do you ever hear of the Grand National?"
The Grand National is the one.
On the other side of the world, people might have heard of the Grand National.
That transcends,
There's a chance they probably won't have heard of it.
The purists,
Yeah.
Cheltenham Gold Cup champion or the championship, they are for the purists. But the Grand National is for the public.
Yeah, certainly so. Right, I think we should finish this part on that note then, because that was a lovely way to round it off, and our summary of Aintree as well there from a fan perspective, a jockey's perspective. Aintree wins on our list for our top 5 festivals. Have we got it right though? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you so much to the guys for all of their hard work. A big thank you to you at home for watching. Make sure you stay tuned though, because we do have so much more content coming your way on Inside Track the Debate, brought to you by William Hill. Well, a big thank you for watching Inside Track the Debate, brought to you by William Hill. If you'd like to go back and watch our previous episode where we rank our top 5 Cheltenham legends, then click the link in the video. Thank you again for watching. 18+, please be gamble aware.